Hello guys, in this video I am going to talk about how to add custom trigger and how to trigger this from the middleware component. Let's start. In Bot Framework Composer, I have created a new project called Trigger Custom Event. Default the true trigger has been added here, greeting trigger, next one the unknown intent trigger. As I mentioned earlier, now I am going to add the new trigger, custom trigger. For that, first we have to open this project in Visual Studio. So this concept we can achieve through the bot component concept. So I open this project in Visual Studio. I have created a middleware called custom trigger middleware. This is a plain code middleware. Just on turn async function has been overwritten. Nothing. Just pass the next callback. That's it. Here you can see these schemas contain two files, on custom trigger UA schema and on custom trigger schema file. This UA schema, if you whatever things you added, this it visible into the bot composer. So here I added the label called custom trigger, subtitle, description. The trigger label I provided the custom trigger. So this is the UA related changes we can see. If you want add properties, you can use this schema. So here you have to add the property. At the moment I'm not going to add any property here. Just I keep this file, just close it. The next, here you can see the trigger folder. This trigger folder I'm going to add one new class called on custom conversation or custom trigger conversation. Whatever class name you want, you can add it here. Add. So change to this class is a public. The next step, we have to override this class from on activity class. This on activity class we have to use bot builder dialog.adaptive NuGet package. So I go to the NuGet package. Here you can install this NuGet package. So I select this package, install it, let get install. Yeah, package has been installed. So go to our trigger class. So this class should derive from on activity. So the next step, we have to create the kind. So first thing, JSON property. We have to add kind. Can add like this. So the kind name public new constant string kind equal to the kind name is the same as class name. Here we have to copy paste. So the kind is ready. Keep it the next line. So the next constructor. So JSON constructor we have to create. So in this constructor, we have to call base class constructor. Base class constructor, we have to pass the type. So which activity we have to receive. This we can add it. I'm going to create one more new class called settings. Change to public static class. So public static string activity type called as custom trigger. Go back to our trigger class. Here I'm passing settings dot activity type. That's it. So the next we have to override one function called create expression. So protected override create expression. Here we have to return expression dot create. One second. Expression. Yeah. And expression, here we have to add our trigger. So expression parse. So here you are return path dot activity close it. Sorry, I have to do it like this. Import this namespace. So turn path dot activity dot type equal to single quotes here this dot type. Then the next argument base dot create expression. That's it. Fixed. So one more we have to do. We have to override one keyword called type. This keyword we have to assign our activity type. Activity type we define in the settings dot activity type. That's it. So our trigger class it's ready. Save it. Go to project folder. So execute this command. Update schema. So our changes merge into our bot component project. So it's merged. Next I open bot composer. I just close and restart so that the effect it will take place. I just restarted, open again this project, then trigger custom event, go to trigger custom event, add new trigger. Here you can see our new custom trigger event has been added. Submit. So custom trigger based on the request custom trigger activity. So this information we provided in the schema file. Here you can see this information, custom trigger activity, custom trigger based on the request, label. So all the information available here. So our trigger is ready. So this trigger we just invoke from middleware. So go to again Visual Studio, go to custom trigger middleware. Here I'm going to invoke this event. So if you want to add any condition, you can add it. Like for example, here I add the condition if turn context dot activity text contains like a custom if it is true why if it is true then we have to invoke the custom trigger. It's super simple. Go to turn context activity dot type equal to settings dot activity type. That's it. So here we are changing the activity type. Usually activity type is a text message. We are chat with the text. So activity type is message. We just change the activity type. That's it. Activity type which I assign the custom here, custom trigger. If I change the type custom trigger, then composer will look into the any trigger available for this one, trigger or activity type, whatever it is. If anything available in the activity list, then the corresponding activity get invoked. Save it. I just rebuild the solution. Rebuild done. Go to the composer. Here I'm adding message like custom trigger. That's it. Start the bot. Open web chat. There is a problem. Object reference not set an instant of object. Okay, we'll fix it quickly. So go to Visual Studio. The problem here is we directly checking this text content. So first we have to check activity type, because if I connected the conversation update activity, it will come. If there is text, nothing is null, so it's thrown exception. So better we have to check the condition. Turn activity type equal to activity types dot message. After that, check this condition. Yeah, maybe we can check, if you want we can check the null condition also here. If not null, then check this. Okay, fine. Save. Go to composer. Restart the bot. Open web chat. Restart the conversation. Next exception. Trigger custom event dialog error not registered in the factory. So the issue is this trigger not registered in the bot component. So go to custom trigger bot middleware component. So here we have to register the trigger also. So here services dot add singleton declarative type like sb new of new declarative type. Here we have to pass our trigger name. So our trigger name is on custom trigger conversation. So here we have to pass the kind dot kind. So the kind is which we have defined in the on custom trigger conversation, this one. So here we have to define. That's it. So save. Go to composer. Again restart. Open web chat. Restart the conversation. Again same problem. There is one more error. We fix it. Go to Visual Studio again. Here you can see our class name called on custom trigger conversation. In schema we define it as on custom trigger. So the schema and class name should match. I just rename this one to on custom trigger. That's it. Remove this conversation. Next. Replace it. So the kind replace with correct class name. Go to component class. Component class also rename correctly. Just rebuild component once again. Go to composer, restart bot again. Open web chat, restart the conversation. Yeah, now start working. Welcome to your bot. So the greeting trigger default get invoked. The next we have to check unknown intent. Send message hello. So it go to the unknown intent. The next we have to check the custom trigger. Custom trigger we mentioned if custom text is contained in the user message, just invoke this trigger, custom trigger. So send message custom. So the custom trigger get invoked. This is a way we can invoke the custom trigger from middleware. Thanks guys.